Hello student, today I'll discuss the last part of the unit 3 data visualization part. This last part I will discuss today. Last class I discussed some other 2D plots and some one is the 3D plot, scattered 3D plot I discussed in the last class, right? So today I'll discuss the line 3D plot and the surface plot, and some other things we can do. And that is annotation. The annotation concept also I'll discuss today. So here the 3D line plot, then using your the three-dimensional graph will be there. Here we can plot the three line plot. Okay. So as the three-dimensional is there, so that means x, y, z, three variables will be there. Some values are in x, some values are in y and z. So first matplotlib library, cbar, numpy, all the libraries we have to import before writing the code. So first we have to enable the figure as we discussed in the last class also. So plt.figure, we are enabling the figure. After that we are enabling the 3D format in that figure. So plt.axis in the projection 3D. Okay, so first we enable the figure, new figure, and that we have created a 3D subplot. Okay, so after that you can plot the 3D graph, right? So for plotting the line graph, plot 3D is used for plotting the 3D line plot. So this configuration I have stored in AX. So AX dot plot 3D x comma y comma z. Okay, so after that we can enable the layout, all the layout we can enable, and then we can write the title, and the after that at the end we have to write the plot dot show. Okay, in this way. Okay, so main is that plot 3D function in this tool, plotting the 3D line plot. Now come to the 3D surface plot. Okay, so the plot will be in 3D, but it will be in surface configuration. Okay, so in mathematics, we sometimes used to see such kind of the plot. So here again, C-bar matplot, and one more thing, that is the MPL toolkits.mplot 3D you have to enable, and along with that numpy you have to write. Okay, so what we have to do first, we are creating the some x value of list and y value of list using the linspace command. Np.linspace within bracket 0 comma 5 comma 10 means what it will return, it will give the value from 0 to 10 within a 0 to 5, within 10 values will be there, and linspace means 0 to 5, it will give the 10 values, but each and every value will have the equal distance. Okay, suppose 0, 0 0.33, 0 0.66, 0 0.99, like this way it will give 10 values from the 0 to 5. Accordingly, we can also write, we can generate the y value similarly. So now the third line you can see x comma y is equal to np.matchGrid x comma y. That means what it will generate. So this is in the single dimensional value. This is also in the single dimensional value. When you write the match grid, the single dimensional value will convert to the 2D. The 2D grid will be generated. Suppose some values are there one dimensional, so it will give the same value in the one more dimensional. Okay, so that means when you write, and if you want to print the x comma y, you can see the x and y will be in the 2D format, not in the single D format. In this two line it will be in single D. After writing the match grid, it will give the 2D values of x and y. So after that you can generate directly, you can write z is equal to x square plus y square, or you can write the function in the expression in a one function, and that function you can write in the z. Okay, so the x comma y function, we're creating the value expression x square plus y square, that I am storing in a z, that correspond to z. Okay, so again we have declared all the values x, y, z, where the x, z is depending on the x and y, and after that we have to enable the figure like similar to previous one. So plt.figure enable, then fig.add subplot. This I have discussed while I discuss in the scatter plot. Same formulas expression you have to write. Fig.subplot 1 1 on projection 3D. Next, come to the surface plot. You have to write. For that, you have to write the ax dot ax, that variable where I stored the surface plot configuration. So ax dot plot underscore surface x comma y comma z. Then we want to give the color in the Viridis format in the surface. Okay. So the main function is the plot underscore surface. Here we have to use. Then C map the Viridis, the line width and the anti-alias. This is not mandatory. It's up to you. After that, you can write the ax dot set x label, ax dot set y label, the plot title, and then the elevation angle, azimuth angle also you can enable with the view underscore initialize. So this already I discussed in the scatter plot discussion. Okay, so at the end you have to write the plot dot show. So these are about all the 3D plot, lines plot, scatter plot, and the surface plot. Now come to the what we can do if we want to write any text in the graph, or how we can do this thing. So this I will discuss now. Okay, so before I'm going to discuss, there is a one functionality, that is the word cloud. Word cloud means you have some sentence, you need to visualize the sentence in a different format. Suppose there is one sentence. In this sentence, some word will be in big size, some word will be in smaller size. How it will be? It depends on the frequency of the word. If the more number of word is there in a one sentence, that word will be in big size, and the less frequent word will be in small size. Okay, so in this text you can see what it's coming in the three times. Okay, what the word is coming in this sentence, see three times. That's why in the visualization format you can see word in a big size, and others are medium size and the smaller size. Okay, so if you want to do the such kind of the visualization using MATLAB, you have to use a word cloud function. Okay, suppose here C bar matplot and you have to write, then there is a one library from word cloud, import word cloud you have to write. Okay, so then you have written one text. After that, you have to declare to enable the word cloud library. So this you are storing in word cloud variable, word cloud with height. What will be the height and width of this figure, and background color will be white. This you have enabled. After that, in this configuration, so this configuration I have stored in a word cloud variable, then word cloud dot generate text. Okay, whatever text is there, that will be generated into the word cloud format. Okay, so dot generate, I am passing the argument, text argument I am passing here. Then this will be come into the figure format. Okay, so plt dot figure, the figure size we are giving. Then plt dot image show, that is image show, I am show. So whatever image is there, that will be enabled into the figure. So I am show, then which figure, this the whatever figure is stored in a word cloud, comma interpolation versus bilayer. So these are some syntax you have to write here. Okay. PLT dot axis of, so no axis will come here, only one figure, the plain text will come here, so PLT dot show. Okay, that means here we have to enable the word cloud library, and you have to write the word cloud dot generate for transferring the generate into the visualization format. And so and the image show you have to write. Okay, for enabling the this text in this image into the graphical format. So PLT dot image show. So there is one more example, like a data science, something I have written here. If you can see the data in the bigger format, because data is there in this, two terms are there, the data in this text sentence. That's why the data is in the bigger format. So there is a one more functionality. Suppose you have the different points, you need to identify which is this point, which is this point. You have to configure, mention the coordinate, the text format in the figure. How can you do? So x and y, some values are there corresponding to x. Y will be there corresponding to this x, y will be there. So these values we have stored here. We have plot the scatter plot. After that, you if you want to enable the coordinate into text format along with the point what you have to write. So one by one it will come. For I is range length. So what is the x length? 1 2 3 4 5. 5 is the range. So I will be continuing from 1 to 5. Okay. for this, for suppose I is 1, so first coordinate will come, right? So the PLT dot text. So if I want to insert some text in the figure, you have to write PLT dot text. Which text? This is the source, xi and ym. That means x of I is 1, y of I is 2. Okay, so this will come into the string format. Okay, so in the third bracket. So f double quote x of I you have to write, comma y you have to write. That means it will, and first bracket. Within that first bracket, that means the 1 and 2 will come into the string format. Okay, whatever values are there, this will be transferred into the string format. And HA is equal to center, the configuration will be center, and BH will be bottom. The point will be in the bottom. Okay. So 1, 2, this 1 to come into the string format, then this will be in center and the point will be in the bottom. This is the configuration. So whatever points are there, these points will be in the text format. So you have to mention the which point you want to convert into text, then how it will be visualized in the graph. This you have to write. Okay. This way you can configure. Next is again there is a line, you need to identify any point in the line or knee point, some other point, some other text you want to write in the line. This configuration already I discussed, again I am repeating. Suppose some graph you have plotted, then suppose here what is the position, x is 2 suppose and y is 5. So where you need to put the text, this coordinate you have to first mention, PLT dot text only. PLT, you have to pass everything through the PLT dot text. You have to identify the coordinate. This coordinate and this coordinate you will have one text. Okay, so this text you have to write, middle point, this text you have to write. So these two are like simple pairs only. If you have mentioned the coordinate, then you have written the text. Okay, middle point. The configuration of the text, it will be font size will be 12 and the color will be blue. Okay, then PLT dot show. So wherever you want to put any text, either it is in coordinate format or it is in the different format, first you have to write the coordinate of the text. Then you have to write what text you want to write. Then after that you need to configure the font size, color, or where will be, it will be located in bottom or it will be located up. This you have to configure. Okay. So this much about the data visualization. I have completed all the portion in the data science syllabus, all the 3 units. In the upcoming lecture, I will discuss some other topic and more different interesting topic I will discuss. So please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.